Hi, guys, dear friends, welcome again. I hope everyone is doing okay. It's been a few days we've not been here, and I feel like, oh, it's been like forever, but I think it was just a couple of days. We took some days off to uh, get some more energy, and of course, we are back. As we all know, the heat in the kitchen, it's getting hotter and hotter because we're landing and a lot is going on. Saturday was jam packed, and that's why we're here this evening, guys. As you join in, just go ahead and share. Let everybody join us so that everybody would share what they took home from the CEO's webinar on Saturday. So, team, welcome once again, and thank you for always being there to talk to our people. Collins, hi.
Hello, everyone. Welcome. We are back again, and it's nice to be back. So,
Yeah,
good to
sure.
see you all.
Hello, Anita.
Evening, everyone. Glad to be here. We've got some hot stuff to cover this evening, haven't we, after Saturday? Amazing. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, I know. Hi, Sister Fumi.
Good evening, everyone. It's nice to be back, and oh, the kitchen is boiling now.
I hope everybody can stand the heat. Andy, is it nice to be back though?
Oh yeah, absolutely. What a great webinar on Saturday. Loved it.
I know it was just powerful. It was powerful. Anita, do you want to open up, please? We just want to share. A lot was discussed. So what did you take home? What got you a bit more excited than ever before? So Anita, you roll it out, please.
Okay, well, as I said to you a little while ago, there's absolutely so much. And, watching it back, and it's really worth people watching that back because, it's just jam-packed, and you're making notes and you think, oh, my God. But, apart from the obvious, I mean, obviously the light show is fantastic. Obviously oh, my God, the train station video, amazing. Apart from that, what really stood out for me is now how everything's stepping up with the professionalism. That's really, really, kind of stepping up there. I mean, and they're looking at a huge focus now, really, on like the company image and communication, and how they really want everything now to, we're what was it they said, we're a culture, and we need to be communicating the same way. That really stood out for me. Things like even just the webinar background. That's Corpus going to be doing that. So things are kind of tightening up a bit, but that's not a bad thing. That's a really good thing. And just something Ash said as well. As I said, I've got lots written down here, but so everyone gets round. Something Ash said, I thought was rather sweet, and that was that he said he's a fish. He's the fish, and ONPASSIVE is the water. And he won't survive outside of ONPASSIVE. So all I want to say is, if she's listening, Dr. Soho, you've got your work cut out, taming him, putting him where you want him to be, because Ash should be where he wants to be, and that's that. So it was lovely, it was lovely. And that's what really mainly stuck up for me. There's other things, but of course that can come around.
You're muted, sweetheart.
Sorry, guys. I was mute. I was talking to myself the whole time. I'm just appreciating Anita for starting off powerfully. And guys, if you are joining us now, of course, we know that what we are saying here is we were there on Saturday. We listened and we have been to the back office, like the CEO and his team say. If anybody tells you anything, don't take it to the bank. Go back to the back office and verify. So the information there is just way too much. Let's discuss what we brought home. But if you did not watch it, go back to the back office and get things done for yourself. So, Andy, it's up to you. Do you want to comment on something that Anita has said? Do you want to come from another angle? I'm just leaving it to run freely this evening. Thanks.
My take on it was the time lapse. This is one of the busiest streets in Dubai, and in order to put that wrap on the station, they had to close the road. Now, if you're in Dubai, if you've ever been to Dubai and you know what the traffic is like, it's not good at the best of times, and even at 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the morning, it's still manic. So to be able to close the road and get that done, that's huge. It's massive. But I loved it, absolutely loved it, and I do love the shows that they have up the Burj Khalifa. The number of people that take things away and film it as it's going on. Just think of the number of people. So we've got 700,000 people a day using the train, and we've got 200 million people going through the metro stations. So the vast majority of these are holiday makers. So they go to the Burj Khalifa, they watch this, and then they take it home with them. So Dubai has become a hub, yeah. But what it's doing is it's spreading the word to such a huge degree. It's incredible. So that was my take on it. Seeing all these people, there must have been 20 or 30,000 people crowded into the mall area there, or the restaurant area around the Burj Khalifa, just to watch the spectacle. So phenomenal.
I know, indeed, phenomenal indeed. That sounds like all eyes on me. Andy, I think I like that idea. It's just like fascinating to it's difficult to understand, but yet it happened that doing this massive job, they had to stop traffic. You know what it means, stopping traffic, from my own imagination, in a place like Dubai for a few seconds, that is massive. You must be just the giants that we are, right? Not everybody does that. So I think that's something people need to, yeah.
It doesn't happen very often. Let's
Yes.
put it that way. And
Yep.
to get the government permission to be able to close the road, to put that wrap up in the first place, is a huge thing, guys. It really is.
Yep, indeed. Wow, that's how massive we are. So let's hear from Sister Fumi.
I'm just going to pick on from where Andy stopped there. When we talked about some few months ago that we are not just, we are giant, we are unique, we're in a class of our own. I believe that with all this compounding branding and the rest of it, that means we are building a brand that is unshakable, a foundation that is solid, and we are going to keep building on it. And that's exactly what Ash and the team, they're doing right now, which for me is it blows my mind, basically. Just blows my mind off.
Yeah, it's mind blowing indeed. I think I know this compounding thing goes back to what Ash even said on that day. He says we're not in a rush to go making profit and stuff. We just want to establish something that would be permanent. I'm just trying to paraphrase, but I think that's what he meant, right? So let's hear from Collins, please.
Hello, Mr. Comfort. Yeah, just greeting. Just when I was listening to Anita and and Andy, it was just like thinking about why is Dubai? Why ONPASSIVE choose Dubai? Why not somewhere else, or maybe UK and all of these other country that, because, when you want to talk about technology, you say, yeah, you go to United States, Europe, but why Dubai? That's the question. A country that is still thinking of coming up with AI, they're moving from oil to where they look at, they understand that, okay, oil will soon finish, and then what next? It means the country will stay in poverty, or what? They start to rebrand themselves to real estate, and now they're moving into technology because they know technology is the order. And why ONPASSIVE? In that particular place, why should ONPASSIVE have a landmark? You have Google, you have different company, but why ONPASSIVE? I've been thinking about this, because if you look at all these tech giants, they are multi-trillion-dollar company. ONPASSIVE is just coming to be one of the biggest. But why ONPASSIVE? We've not even put anything out, but we have all of this. Why? And I look at Dubai, I said, this country is a very rich country. It's not about money. It's not about money. It's not because ONPASSIVE, I've given them so much money, which other company cannot provide. But when I look at, my take is because you know, the vision and the mission of ONPASSIVE is in line with the country. The other tech, they can come in because they want to make more money, because you know it's a hub. Every tourist, every big businesses will come to do what? To make money out of that country. But who do you prefer? The person, you know, whom the mission and the vision is in line with your own mission and vision. So it's a win-win situation for ONPASSIVE and the country. They want to move into AI. Who should they align themselves is ONPASSIVE.
Wow.
You know, so, and these are the things that happen behind the scene, things that you can sit and imagine and say, yes, we will give this person, because we know in 10 to 15 years, 30 years, our country will fulfill their dream, the dream where they want to belong. And who can help us to fulfill this dream is ONPASSIVE, because the technology is clean, the products, everything is clean, is coming. And we are looking every day. Madi said, the plane is big, but we have to prepare the field. You know, if we don't have enough space, what will happen? The plane will crash. And Ms. Ash said, no, we have to compound, stabilize, compound, stabilize. We are now in the stabilization phase of ONPASSIVE. That's what Mr. Ash Bufara said. And it's true. You build, you have to stabilize. Now you are looking at it. We are talking about data scientists. What are they looking? They are doing predictive analysis, looking at where things are happening. Push that button, you have 1 billion people. Are you ready for 1 billion? No. Let's stabilize. Let's compound and stabilize, expand the space, because it is coming whether we like it or not. They are coming in their numbers. But are we ready for the wave? That's what Ms. Ashbofara is thinking. Are we really ready for the shock wave? Because it is there. The marketing is just crazy. But are we ready? That's where my fear is. Because you push that button, 3 billion people, and you are not ready underneath, what happened? It crashes. So now we are talking about stabilization, compounding and stabilization. So it's just crazy. Star Comfort, I will leave it there.
I know. It's just mind blowing. You know the compounding thing and the stabilization thing. While Mr. Ash Mufari and his team are doing that to the company, I believe that personally, I don't know about others. I'm trying to expand my memory to my brains or what this organ in there, because I need to accommodate it all. It's mine and it's my new life. So there's much to this, and like I said, I just want to leave it open. I'll only ask a question when need be, but I just want to ask, maybe Andy, you want to go first this time around? If you were not the first the last time, I can't remember. Is there anything else that's coming to mind? If not, I've got a book full here, but I want to let you empty yours because I know that everybody came loaded. So Andy, it's yours.
We all came loaded. Collins is quite right at the end of the day. If you look at the world as a whole, there are several places that make an impact greater than others. So Dubai is one of these cities that is encouraging technology to come to Dubai. They want to be the Silicon Valley of the world. So they're encouraging tech giants to come into the emirate. And from our point of view, we are a tech giant. We launch as a unicorn company. Not many companies have done that. And certainly the big ones that you and I all know took between 6 and 8 years to become a unicorn. So we're different. And the system that we employ is different. So the object of the exercise is to create value for money. Yeah. And, just seeing the advertising, the brand awareness that is going on in Dubai, it's not just stuck in Dubai. This is the whole point. It's taken worldwide because there are so many people that come to Dubai to see the city, and they cannot fail but notice ONPASSIVE is everywhere, in the malls, on the pillars for the motorways, on the billboards, in the ice rink, the aquarium, everywhere is ONPASSIVE, and it's telling them all about it. So it's almost like a subliminal message coming into us constantly, and people that come to Dubai are simply going to take that with them. So our brand awareness grows exponentially worldwide. Now, you couldn't do this in America. With all due respect, the system in Dubai is totally different. if you tried to, Dubai is a very, very clean city. Okay, probably one of the cleanest I've ever visited, which is phenomenal. And they like to keep it that way. Now, if you go to, America and you go into Central Station, it wouldn't have this. Millions of people go through that. It wouldn't have the same impact as it does in Dubai. His strategy is phenomenal. Yeah, there are maybe a few other hubs in across the globe that would have some further impact, and I'm sure they're on the list for the next lot. But Dubai is the hub, and it's simply people taking everything with them. As once they've visited, they go away looking at ONPASSIVE. Oh, I saw this on the Burj Khalifa. What's that? Oh, what's that all about? Let's have a look. You know, and that's the importance and the impact that the marketing and the branding has. So that for me is amazing.
Wow, mind blowing indeed. I'm listening to this. It feels like I'm learning about it for the first time. So I don't know, guys. If somebody's joining us and you don't yet know much or anything at all about ONPASSIVE, stay tuned. Don't go. Ask questions, and of course, we'll walk you through the way until you get to where we are now. Thank you for joining, and why not share, share, share. Support us by subscribing to the YouTube channels. We are happy to come back every day as long as you accept us and you come back to join in this conversation. So, Anita, anything else from you, please? Definitely yes.
Yeah, I mean, just to carry on really from what Collins and Andy was just saying, because that was something I also noted down that I was wowed by, is the brand awareness, the marketing and everything in Dubai. And I've got to be honest, I didn't know much about Dubai at all. And the question that Colin said there, I'm sure there's a lot of people thinking, why Dubai? Why is all, and you can think to yourself, oh, maybe because the World Cup was close by and all this, but actually he answered a lot of questions for people on Saturday with the why Dubai. There shouldn't really be now any kind of confusion on that. I mean, just one thing, like in his words, it was something like, they're the most techie, advanced and developed city on the planet. Okay, that's what I made a note of, right? The techie, I'm not techie at all, but anyway, that's what he was saying. And and going through that train station, he was saying there's 180 nationalities. 180 I don't know how they know it's 180, but anyway, 180 nationalities, and all those people, like Andy was saying, just even with the taking the pictures of the Burj Khalifa. But just going through that train station, all those people are going to be talking back in their other, in the countries where their families are, etc., etc. And it suddenly dawned on me, and I think if people can watch that again and really start to realise just what Ash is so clever, he's just so clever what he's done. It's amazing, and people need to realise that he's done that not just for ONPASSIVE, but for each and every one of us. And I keep saying it, and I'm going to say it again, they have more than we have. We all have more than gold dust in our hands. And so, as Collins just said, everyone's saying, when are we getting the links? Be ready. Are you really ready? Just get this little bit, a bit more knowledgeable. You don't have to be, a tech wizard or anything like that, but just kind of understand what Ash is doing, because once people really understand what Ash is doing, the patience will be just so much easier flowing than the sort of negativity that can be flying around. Just realise what he's actually doing is what I would say to people. Go and watch that webinar again. Doesn't matter if you've seen it once, you always get something else from it by watching it again.
Wow. Thanks so much. I think indeed, Sister Gladys says that's true, Andy. I have been wondering how they managed to keep that city so clean with all that number of people. I was thinking exactly the same when Andy was speaking. I'm like, these people flock or they flood in every day, but the city remains the cleanest, and they can accommodate us. That is how clean this business is. How else can you be proud of something like this being yours? So, Brother Collins, anything else, please?
Yes. So it's more, when Andy spoke, we can talk a lot about Dubai, And I remember this is what Bob said. Bob talked about Dubai as a hub. And Dubai is in Emirate. We're talking about Qatar, we're talking about Oman, we're talking about all those other countries, and they are top country with wealthy country. But all these people flock to Dubai. So when they go there, what would they see? ONPASSIVE. ONPASSIVE. It's just like this is our main hub. All of these guys, they come in. You're just talking about the Gulf. Everybody want to be in Dubai. Where would they go? They will go and they'll see ONPASSIVE. And like when Andy was saying, I was thinking about strategic marketing and positioning. Why that location? Because that location is a hub where a lot of people, you can't miss it. Wherever you go, you pass through that metro station. And now we're hearing that the ticket will carry it. We saw the staircases. Every time, I remember Maddie said maybe when you're walking up the stairs and you fell, you knock off yourself, the last thing you will see is ONPASSIVE. Maybe you wake up the hospital, the doctor said, what did you really remember? Can you remember if you say ONPASSIVE? That's what you remember, because that was the last thing you saw when you just like pass out. And it is true, because ONPASSIVE is just right in your face. And Mohammed Kamal said, ONPASSIVE will choke you until you said, no, you know what? I'm tired of you. Tell me, who are you? I want to know you now. Because ONPASSIVE is everywhere. They said even the TV, my cousin traveled, said ONPASSIVE is just on the TVs. You just watch until sometimes it become annoying again. We talk in annoying in a good way. That why ONPASSIVE? What's this? So this is a strategic marketing. They put you in a position where you ought to be. So they are position you and they'll take you where you ought to be, and they'll show you this is it. Take a look. And it is coming, And when Ash was talking, like the viral effect is so huge, but now the preparation is what they're preparing for that viral effect, And when you look at it, talking about 200 million customers or visitors in Dubai, 200 million. Some of them, they are business visitors. Some of them, they are not. They are going there for various reasons. Actors and actresses, they are just flooding into Dubai. So when we talk about why ONPASSIVE, ask yourself, why all the actors are going to Dubai? Why all those Hollywood stars, they are just going to Dubai, stand on the shopping mall? So the reason why they are going there is the same reason ONPASSIVE position itself, to meet these people at their point of need. And that's why we are there. Say we will meet you at your own point of need, and you will take a look, at ONPASSIVE, take it to your various country. When the viral effect will start, the shock wave will start in Dubai, it will move across Europe and America and Africa, everywhere. And that is massive. So let's be ready, founders, because what is coming is so great. The only company that have a landmark this planet Earth, name it, there is none. Landmark metro with ONPASSIVE. So it's just great. It's mind-blowing, honestly.
Wow. I think we are fine, right?
We are fine.
We are fine. So Sister Gladys was confirming something you just said, Collins, that what Ash is doing is called intentional and strategic position of ONPASSIVE. That's just brilliant. And it just feels good knowing that you are part of it. Oh my God. So guys, we would really like to get your perspective. Share. Let's see, how do you feel about what we saw the last Saturday? That's just what we're commenting on. And we kind of titled today's show that the heat is increasing or something like that, because it's takeoff time. So we're taking off, and that's why you see the heat increasing. Are you feeling the heat? Tell us how you feel right there where you are now by dropping a comment in the comment section. Please share and invite people to join us in this conversation. So, Sister Fumi, anything from your side, please?
I think she's frozen.
She's frozen. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, she's frozen. Okay, maybe she's praying.
It's
All right.
the first time I've heard Nona to be that quiet anyway.
I know that's the first time me too. All right, so guys, I'm starting now to give you choice because I've got stuff and you've got stuff too. Sister Gladys says she's laughing. All right, she's part of this show. She was supposed to be sitting here. Let's hear quickly what she's saying. I still laugh hearing that the last thing I remember. I know Marty can be funny sometimes. When I fell is on passive, So that's so sweet, and that's exactly what is happening. So, guys, I have a question here, or a reminder, because I know we all had this. Uh, um, there's this. Dr. Soha told us about the fact that a cancellation feature has been added to the back office, and people might use it if they want. So, I'm leaving this as a choice. If you think that you have something, go on it. If you don't, and you think that we should go on this, all right, choice is yours, guys. So, Sister Fumi, I'm not sure if you're back. Can you hear us?
Yes, I can.
All right. So, where do you want to start from? Did you have anything to add to the last round that we just made, or do you want to start off with the fact that we've now got a cancellation
I'll
button?
add a little bit and then I'll continue from there. Well, what I
All
wanted
right.
to say with what Brad Collins and Sister Gladys said is like you have no choice. Brad Collins mentioned that, oh, they have no choice, but we are taking you to where you want to be. Can you imagine someone going on a train to walk, because that train goes to where you have the what do you call it, the internet city, and you walk every day, you get into the train and you commute to and fro on that train every day. You know what happens to your mind? What you see, it registers, and it doesn't take too long for it to register. It's even different from those that have what do you call it, kind of memory, the people that have memories that are very how, I've forgotten how you call it.
Photographic or
Photographic memory. That means you have no choice. Even if you don't have a photographic memory, you are bound to see on passive and check it out, because it's going to take you a number of times going back, going and coming back and coming, and then one day you're going to think, what on earth is on passive? Who are they? Why do they have a station here? Is their name here? Why do they have so many things? And for those who are very inquisitive, which majority of those people traveling to the internet city will be IT inclined as well, they are bound to check it out. Then now look at Burj Khalifa. You have people from every nation represented every year. Come in, come out, rain or no rain, they have visitors. So there's no how we're not going to capture their hearts or capture their mind or drop that seed of inquisitiveness, as in, so what is on passive? And then
Mhm.
they have free products. How can they manage? Who are they to put something on Burj Khalifa? That is not just a chicken change, so it to get people thinking. So I want to go to the the delete button, the
Yeah,
famous
before you
delete
go there,
button.
take a deep breath. If you've got a cup of tea, just have a sip. Let me quickly get John's contribution, because it aligns with what you guys have just said before we move to that point. John says he was most impressed while watching the time lapse video of the wrapping of the station facade. Just brilliant. I think, yes, I felt the same too, John. Thanks so much for your contribution. So, yeah, Sister Fumi, you want to go ahead, please?
Well,
Did,
that
yeah.
button was added there for the functionality of those that have decided they can't be patient anymore. They want to, check out, and if you decide to check out, then too bad. But as you know, when you tell people not to touch something, that is when they become more inquisitive. That follows through with young children, especially toddlers. Say, oh, don't touch that thing. Then they look at you and then touch it and see what you are going to do. That is exactly the picture. When they were saying it was like I couldn't help but laughing when I was going back through reading it and watching the video, because I thought, look, this is the behavior of a toddler. Typical. In my job as a childminder, you tell a child, don't touch that thing. Can you see that thing? I've just put it there. I'll explain to you what it is, but then don't touch it. You've said it like 2 or 3 times. You see them. In fact, as soon as you finish saying that, they go there and go and touch it and go and see exactly what you are going to do. But some people got burnt, unfortunately, and many people are still going to get burnt.
Yeah, let's discuss this point, guys, because it's important and there's much to it. So, Anita, share your view about the cancellation button and what do you think? Yeah.
Okay. I think Ash, trying to read Ash a little bit there, is he's made it really easy, because you could still get a refund if you really wanted one just by going to your back office. And you could do that anyway, drop down box, da da da. So what he's done is he's made it so easy that if you really want it, press the button. That's what he's done. And he's done that for a reason, hasn't he? Because, he's making it very clear that we're ONPASSIVE, we all need to be on singing from the same song sheet, really, hymn sheet. And even if people want to be passive or active, it doesn't matter. They still need to be on board with what ONPASSIVE is and what we're all about. And they need to basically, go along with the rules. And what he's really saying is, if you're not, here's your button. I've put it even right in front of your face. Goodbye. We don't want you, we don't need you. That is what he's basically saying. I'm sure everybody knows that, really. Because why make it easier? It's easy enough to get a refund if you need one, but he's made it even easier. That's my opinion. And it's basically saying we're coming there now, we're this close, and you're going to get your links, and then your year starts. I don't think then the refund is available then. I can't remember, but not that I'd ever have one. But what he's saying is, this is it. It's now. If you want to be with us, leave that button alone, because it's happening. And we've got OConnect coming up, haven't we, this week? So it's happening. And it's like, if you really can't be with us, there's the button. Bye-bye. I think that's what he's saying.
Right. Collins, let's hear from your own end, please. There's still more to this cancellation button. Let's discuss it.
Yeah, the delete button, I think it's a brilliant idea. So good. When I saw it, I was really, because there are people, honestly, they don't want to be in ONPASSIVE for whatever reason, because they've not seen the vision. They never saw it in the first place, and they will never, ever say it. They have one intention. I'm here. When is the money coming? Oh, you are too slow. Why? So whatever Ash will say, they don't care. You understand? So they care about when is it in my wallet so I can go and get it. So why don't you go out? So Mr. Ash said, you know what? You cannot rush me. I will take my time, because it's technology. Whether it takes 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, I will not push myself. But if you are not ready to wait and to understand and enjoy the process, then you can equally take your money. So they put the delete button, and that delete button is a signal that ONPASSIVE mean business. It's a signal. So there are people who go in and they say they want to try the click, because normally when they always put something like this, they always said, okay, anything that is really, they call it like, I don't know how I can explain it, but it's just like when you have something in a solution, like for instance, you have a software, they put a button on it, especially red, and they know that thing is really important. You know what they will do? What they will do is they will put a second pop-up. So you are aware. It's like danger. You are aware. You cannot miss it. It's like you open a door. They said the door, there is fire behind. You open the first door. Say, are you sure you want to open that door? Because if you open that door, you will be consumed. You decide to open the second door. You cannot come and say it's a mistake, because they warn you the first time you go through, and the second door warn you again. Give you time to think, 10 minutes. Go and think very well. You said, no, I don't care. You put it, and then you come and say it's a mistake. No, you did it deliberately, and it means you've chosen to go bye-bye permanently. This is something that you don't even have to test it. It's not your work to go and try it. Leave it for the engineers in Hyderabad. They have already done it. They know it works. Don't go there. because the moment you go and the button is hidden, the truth is, it is not something that is so visible in front of you where you can say it's right in your profile, really hidden. How did you manage to go right to that place until you attempt it? That's what is crazy.
Right.
So I'll just start.
I'm just laughing because I know that people will click on this. Andy, say something about this, please. Guys, I'm not hearing. Sister Gladys has said her all. But say, what do you really think about this delete button? Everything we say here is going to help. I wish that people watch this and get to understand what it's all about and what are the implications of clicking on that button. Andy, please.
For me, there are 1.4 million founders approximately, but there are probably no more than 100,000 that are know what's going on because they haven't bothered. They kind of signed up for something and thought, nah, I'll leave it now, and they've forgotten all about it. That button is there for those people that haven't bothered, because quite frankly, you know, some of these guys have waited 4 years and they're going, it's never going to happen. So go, okay, fine, take your money, go. We, like Colin said, we don't need you. Okay, we have a core of people that are interested in what's going on, do understand, can see behind the scenes, if you like, and know what's going on because we've taken the time to learn. So if you can't be bothered with it, see you later. I just wanted to come back to Funmi's point earlier on. The station where they are at Dubai Internet City, there are 1,400 different companies at Internet City, and they include 3M, Google, Facebook, LinkedIn, Symantec, Sony, Twitter, Facebook. There's another one, FZ, Gameloft, Amazon Data Services, AT&T, China Telecom, Cisco, Huawei, LG, General Electric, MasterCard, Nokia, Sony, Samsung, Hewlett Packard, Hitachi, Dell, Deloitte, IBM, Lenovo, the computer people. So, and those are just some of the larger ones. So there's 1,400, and the employees that work in these companies, the offices are massive. So a lot of these people are going to Dubai Internet City. They're working for another company, but all they're seeing is ONPASSIVE. This is a coup, guys. This is totally and utterly a coup. Amazing. But yeah, all those that don't believe, there's the button. It says cancel membership. All you have to do is to click on it, yeah, and we say goodbye. No problem.
The kiss you choose. Goodbye. We love you, but you need to go. Just go. Yeah. So that's.
So, can I add something? I did just before I forgot.
Yes. Okay.
You know, that kiss goodbye. You know, a lot of founders, you know, they've been calling. Oh, I want to get out. I want to get out. Now you don't need to call me anymore. The button is there. No. So you don't need to tell me you want to quit. If you want to go, it's already there, visible. And I like what Bruce said. You know, he said the second pop-up, I don't know how I just put it. He said it's a fair warning to tell you you are about to quit. So there is no way you can miss it. I really like it. He said the OTP cancellation gives you a fair safe to reconsider before you make terrible mistake. So if you choose, you said, okay, I'll not reconsider my position. I stand. My position is firm. I'm going. Why should you come back and say I made a mistake? Because you passed the first layer, you went to the second layer. First layer warned you, you didn't take note. You said, okay, mistake, fine. I clicked it by mistake. Now, the second layer is there to tell you, are you sure you want to do it? Go and grab that number. You went to your email. It's like you went and take a bucket of water to come and put a fire off. And when you did it, you said, no, sorry, I made a terrible mistake. No, you didn't make mistake. You did it deliberately. You decided to quit. So I think
I like the bit that people will not call us again, right? Because there was this chat on Facebook. I think it's on Passive Nation on Facebook where somebody was warning. I think it was Ron. Say, please don't call me. So it's true. Don't call us. Just go out there, click that button, then understand the next step, and then this is what you want. Yes, you click again and then click again and then get out here. Sorry, but That's just the way to go, right? Use the door because it's open. You can just use it and get out of the place. Let's hear from Lori. Lori Lund says, this wonderful process has changed my life. I have a beautiful new family for my $97, and I get to help others. And above all, Lori, I think I can defend a PhD in everything I've learned from ONPASSIVE now. Whether Andy believes it or not, I know that Anita believes that I'm saying the truth. Fumi believes, and I'm sure Andy will surely believe that I can do that because he too can. He now speaks like a techie person. He answers techie people questions and stuff. Who sells that for $97? Where do you get all of these for $97? So we're fine, guys. We are. Let's hear from John. So the council membership know that it's there and stay away from it. It's only for those who click on it and take the next step. Once they continue, it's too late. You are out forever. I know. I'm just laughing because when you click and then click on the next step, if it's not ringing any bell and you really click and go, please don't come back. Don't. I think that's a good one though. I'm just laughing. I really hope nobody comes to say, "Oh, I really wanted to, but I did that." So apart from that, guys, let's take our normal last round. We love that. We love this last minute because it brings a lot more. So guys, keep on dropping. We want to hear what you think. And of course, advice. People need to know before somebody clicks and comes back, say, in French, they say, si je savais, it would be late. It would be really late. So our last round, Sister Fumi, you want to go first, please?
Yes. What I want to say, I know Brad Andy mentioned that, but honestly, there are people that are really into ONPASSIVE. Some of them are not necessarily, how will I call it, on how will I put it? They are into ONPASSIVE, but they don't know the nitty gritty of it. But once you explain to them, then they catch it. Once they catch and understand that, they are fine. So it's our job, my job, your job, everybody's job, especially for those. I'm speaking from my own perspective now because I have some people back in Africa that don't have a clue, and it's not just Africa. I think some Indians too don't have a clue of what is happening, but they are sold out into ONPASSIVE. But once you explain to them, because the question is, what's enough of all this money they're spending in Dubai? When are we going to see money? Blah blah blah. But once you explain to them what they're doing is strategic and is for the business, is fine. That is one. So if you have an understanding, you don't need to know everything, but have an understanding of what they are doing right now. That is the basics. And then secondly, that button is red. Even a toddler knows when you say something is burning, don't go there. Please don't go there. Don't press the delete button if you don't want to exit. If you want to exit, don't call anybody. Just press it and exit quietly. It's better that way. If you feel, just remember that your generations could have two things for you, either a prayer or a curse, depending on whichever one that you do. That's
Oh, she
I,
muted
I
herself.
want our people, I want our people and everybody else, even if you don't understand what is happening now, find someone to explain to you, but be patient, because what they're doing right now is and grounding our foundation and our branding such that nobody can just come up and you know take us out like
Right.
anything. No. So
Yeah, and I know
that's
we're
all.
rounding up, but there are few interesting stuff that we really need to listen to. So Bruce says, sorry, but anyone who's been here this long and opt out has to be brain dead. There are no better or no two ways of saying this, bro. I agree with you. So on passive, Chris Steelson says, it's a point of no return in caps. Going through that OTP for cancellation, Marty said it's not for us to play around or test it. I don't know. I just hope everybody watches this part of this video and know what this is all about. It's not a testing thing. You can't say, let me try and see. You don't try and see, because what you will see, you will not like, and you'll never forgive yourself. All right, let me read the last one and give you room. I still have 3 business partners who are very close to me, but refuse to migrate to. Do I need to recommend the cancel button to them? Bro, leave it there where it is. I don't think you need to recommend. But if they want, let them do their research. If they find it, then they leave. They do it. They use it by themselves. Go ahead, Andy.
What I would suggest is, Mamodu, that you explain to these 3 that in order to take advantage of the campaigns, the marketing campaigns, where customers will simply fall beneath or within our customer base, people will have to migrate across to the OES. So if they don't do it, they don't take advantage of the campaigns. They won't get any customers. So if you don't want any customers, then yeah, recommend the cancel button.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I'll let Anita go first. We're taking our last round.
I was just going to say again, carrying on from the button, I think there's a little bit of reverse psychology going on there as well, because many years ago when I was in timeshare, selling timeshare, I was doing it in England, but we were selling for abroad, and we always have a thing called a takeaway close, and it's kind of like where, you know, people are and and you just take it away from them, and you just say, okay, it's not a problem, you don't want it, it's no big deal, I'm going to go and get your free gift and I'll sign you out, and off you go. Nice talking to you. And when you've gone to get that free gift, your manager phones you and says, they're talking about it, you can see they're arguing, he wants it, she doesn't, and it's because you've taken that away. So what I'm trying to say here is, that button's there, and now people are going to really think, oh shit, do I want this, don't I, don't I? It's been going to force them to make that decision now. Are they in? Are they non-passivian? Do they want to go forward with us, or don't they? And do you know what? They're probably going to sit and sweat for ages over that button. Do I, don't I, do it? And do you know, probably most people will go, no, I'm going to leave it, and just see what happens. So they're going to stay anyway. But it's there, so in a way it's kind of like testing people. Do you want this or don't you want this? Make your mind up. All right, if you don't, press the button, and they're going, oh god, and they're going to really hover. Do you know what I mean? Like when people think, oh, shall I cancel it, shan't I? And people get all in a state, so then they go, no, I'm going to leave it. I better look at this thing, I better learn it. And I think that is what it's there for, a lot to do with psychology as well, because it's already there, it's just been brought right to the forefront with a great big red button. So I do think there's a lot of, you know, reverse psychology going on as well there. I think Ash has cleverly done that.
Right. Guess who's visiting us right here, right now? Marty. Hi, welcome, Marty. Thanks for joining. Marty says some people have 20/20 vision but can't see. That's the difficulty in it here. So I don't know whether vision has 2 meanings. Sometimes you have the vision but you can't still see. That's how bad it is. But what do? We move on. Unfortunately, you cannot eat your cake and have it. So watch out, guys. That button is red and it's there on purpose. So, Collins, do you want to say something, please? We're
Yes,
rounding
I
up.
always have something to say. You know, the council is council. You know, there is no true way. If you cannot read English, please, there's language translation. Go select the language. Don't say, no, I miss it, because I always ask myself, why should you even go right to your profile? Because they announced this. Honestly, when they talk about there is a cancel button, I didn't even know where the cancel button was. I went and logged in. I said, but where is the cancel button? So when they said some people went in and canceled, I said, how they managed to go right to the profile? And the only thing they can see is cancel. So you saw this, there's no edit. The only thing you can see from the ecosystem, ONPASSIVE ecosystem, you went to all founders. The only thing you can see is cancel button, but you don't have time to understand the product, to understand the system, to know what the company is all about. The only thing you know is to click that cancel button. It means you did it intentionally. Don't check. Sometimes it's hard to say this. Honestly, it's a one-way ticket. You click it, you are gone. And there is no excuse. Mr. Ash cannot. One of the things most of the founders, they fail to understand, these engineers in Hyderabad cannot spend their time fixing our issues. because time is money. No, every time they go and fix issue, who is paying them? It is coming from the company coffers to pay them for job that they are not ought to do. You know, and they honestly, 8 hours a day, they must get paid. If come for, let's look at this. All of us will work, right? Somebody come and mess up something. Our boss said, go and fix it. You go and you fix it. They will still pay you. You've done that job before. Someone mess it up.
Yep.
They are paying you for something that the company should have moved ahead. You know, because no matter what, they can't tell you to do it for free. You cannot do it for free. They have to pay you for that. So most of the founders, they don't understand that when they are doing this and you come and say, oh, sorry, it's costing the company a lot of money. Not one engineer, not 3, not 4. They'll assign about 8 or 10 of them to sit and clean that mess. Calculate how much they are paying them a day for clicking a button. So that button is a one-way ticket. You click it. If you want Mr. Ashmufara to fix it, please find hundreds and hundreds of millions. Give Mr. Ashmufara to pay those engineers to fix only your issue, because one issue is massive because it is your fault. But thank God, if you go, you are gone. So please don't click that button. If you know you don't want to go out, don't click it. Click means bye-bye. You are not in ONPASSIVE anymore.
Means good night.
Yeah.
That's true. You know, earlier on when Momodo asked his question, Andy said, yeah, sure, let them go if they want to. And I think Collins, you equally say, yeah, let them go. I know that's one of your best things, though. You don't mind letting them go. And Marty is saying the same thing. I think this brings us back to when Ash has said it over and over that they want, I think, kind of, I'm losing the word, quality founders. There's a word he uses for it. I'm forgetting. That's why I'm saying quality. But then they want founders that bring value to the business. If you are just there because you are a decoration in the house, you don't move until they move you and stuff like that, then it's time to leave and make room so that the few who are really chosen, are called and are chosen, they'll go ahead and move and walk this journey. So I think it's okay using it if you really think that you want to. It's a free word, isn't it? So Andy, I think it's your turn to say your last thing.
I do love Marty's comments. I think they're fantastic. But he's quite right. At the end of the day, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink.
Perfect.
So and what Anita said is it's great that we have a number of people with sales, for instance, and Anita, as I said, covered this. With sales, it's about objections, why people don't buy. So what are those objections? 9 times out of 10 is, I don't understand. Yeah, we know it's not, it cost me too much because I've already paid it. I don't understand. Why don't you understand? You don't understand because you've done nothing to find out. So if you're not willing to do anything to find out, press the cancel button. We don't need you. I'm sorry, I'm straight talking at the end of the day. If there are people that want help, I'm happy to help. That doesn't mean to say I'll take loads and loads of phone calls. No, it means the first port of call is the website, your back office. There's more information in there than anything else. If you still have a problem, come and ask. Understand that, but understand what's going on in the background. So if you don't wish to understand, click the button. And we'll just say goodbye. It's fine by me.
And sorry, Angie, that I'm intervening because I think this button thing it's really interesting. It was supposed to just be a topic of its own. Here, Gladys was like, I think this button is freedom because they don't have to keep acting like they want to go when they don't really want. That's true. I could not waste my time on anyone who feels ONPASSIVE is not a real business. That's so true because some people are just teasing, but they don't really want to go. But then it's freedom, it's democracy and stuff like that or whatever, do what you want to do, which is very okay. Andy, there's a question here since you were the last person asking. So the question came during your tenure. If they have more than one account and they push that button, do they lose their other accounts?
That's a very good question, but do you really want to find out? No. So don't press the button. my logical thought process would be, well, if you don't want one, you won't want all of the others. So see you later, they're all gone. But I wouldn't like to test the theory.
I'm just laughing because even testers, I don't think they test that button. I'm afraid. I don't know what they do. However, I don't want to go into technicalities, but it's Anita, are you smiling? Can I give you 2 seconds each? Do you still want to say anything about this cancellation thing? We are making fun of it. I'm dying of laughter here, but what is funny is that people will click
No,
it.
I'm just thinking of some songs coming to mind. I was bye bye baby, baby bye bye, and the push the button one as well. You know, push the button. They were just going through my head. That's what I was laughing at. But also what Andy was just saying. It's true, isn't it? I mean, you know, if you don't want one, you don't want the rest of them, do you? So why would you even, you know, bother to do that? And I just think really, you know, it really is crunch time now, guys. It's crunch time to make that decision. Are you in or out? It's that simple. It doesn't have to be hard. You don't have to, you know, we've got to remember here that people were sold this as being able to be passive and sit back and let the company do things for them. And as we keep saying, that's absolutely fine, but there still is some action to take in order to become passive. You have to be able to take some action and understand on passive and understand the products that is your business. You don't understand your own business. There's no point being in business, is there? At all. So just decide, it's time to decide, get on board and get excited, because when you're on board, you're excited, you're full of life and full of energy and full of excitement for what's coming. And I find it so frustrating with I want to say a few of my people, let's say, I find it frustrating because I'm telling them and they're looking at me as if, you know, I'm on another planet, like I'm on a load of drugs or something. Someone's actually said that to me. No, I'm excited because did you not watch that? Did you not see that? I've put it there. I've sent it you. Have you clicked it? Have you watched it? And they're like, oh no. So get on board. How can you be excited if you're not watching anything? So that's all I can say really, is start allocating. If it's only half an hour a day, start watching things. Watch things on YouTube. Every person now should not miss a webinar. They should not be missing a webinar, even if it's just a recording. You can't get on live. Watch the recording, because anybody that wants this really should not be missing a webinar. That's what I would say to people now. If you don't want to watch a webinar and you can't really be bothered to watch a webinar, it's time to press the button. Press the button. Okay.
Okay, yeah, I just want to acknowledge the presence of our sister Gina Lever and Ivy Mix. They just joined us now. Ladies, you have missed. It's been a sweet conversation. We're trying to digest what we had on Saturday. And the last point was on the cancellation or the delete button. And we are trying to advise people. We encourage people not to click, because once you click, it's gone. However, if you really think that you need your $97, go ahead and do it. So that's it. And I think the question that Laurie asked, it was a good question, and she was surely asking to help others, because I know that she would not do that. And she has also said that she would never click. I would never, let me see. This is what she says. I would never push the button. Laurie, I know you can't, but then you asked to help others, because that's the kind of thing people would be asking. So thank you guys. And I'm realizing that, okay, this is Jean. I'm realizing what a gift the ability to see this vision really is. Can you imagine how miserable would be otherwise? That's really true, sis. Indeed. Yeah. So, guys, we thank you all for joining. Thank you, team, for always being there. Thank you. Special thanks to Big Brother Bruce. You've been here today. Thank you, Marty, for joining. We're happy. Thank you, John Barilla. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, everybody who contributed. And we'll see you again really soon. Thank you, and thank you. Thank you. Bye.